Hello, my beautiful humans. I hope you're doing super well and I really appreciate you being here. This will be a channel message for you, for your highest good. I trust that it found you at the right time. There will be some kind of a message in here for you in this collective reading. Right off the bat, there are some energies that do not want me to get this out, but I have chosen to persist. Where do I even start? You're being called to speak your truth here. Speak your whole truth. Even if it makes other people uncomfortable or it's not what would typically be accepted under societal norms, you really need to speak your truth here. And at the centerpiece of this, there needs to be some kind of a recognition or a celebration that you have developed a new level of intuitive gifts and psychic abilities here with the Three of Cups. And I'm seeing this woman emerge from the waters. You've been spending time in the primordial waters and you have reached a new level of intuitive abilities. And I'm really seeing the circle around her head here. And let me just unpack this here, because in the position of your gift, I first of all get the Ten of Swords. So there is some kind of an ending here or a level of completion that is a gift to you. Something has ended, it is over. And I also get the Eight of Pentacles. And she is looking away from this Ten of Swords in the position that I have left the cards. She is looking away from this ending, and I really think that there is something here about a level of mastery over this intuitive nature that you are developing, but also your life purpose. What you are here to do and what God is putting you in a position to do here on this earth, because I really feel like for many of you, it is much bigger than you might anticipate. Now, interestingly enough, this woman here in the Eight of Pentacles card is posing as, I believe it's Nataraja or Shiva, the cosmic dancer, and there is really a message here about the cyclical nature of life. I'm picking up on some kind of funny message about like cool guys don't look at explosions. Like, you know, in an action movie when there's an explosion happening and they're just like walking away from that and not looking at it. There's something here about you knowing or being gifted the knowledge that endings happen and cycles are a continuous part of life, and transformation is just a never-ending integral part of life. Change is the only constant here, and instead of focusing on this ending and really looking at it, there's something here about knowing that endings happen and that is a part of life, and there's some kind of a mastery here or some kind of a life purpose that is being stepped into here. Now, typically this figure, Shiva, would have the crescent moon upon her crown, or in his, I believe it's a he, in the depiction of the god, in the hair, there would typically be a crescent moon at the crown. And I'm really seeing the woman here holding the full moon, and I'm seeing the crescent moons on either side of this figure. So some of you are really being called to work more closely with the moon, develop some kind of synchronicity with the moon, and really do moon rituals or something around that. Really use the moon here to further these gifts and to really solidify something here. And I also get in the position of your subconscious fears, if I can pick it up without dropping it, a time for healing. And I feel like some of you are struggling to hold on to this, knowing that there are still parts of your psyche that need to be healed. This is it is the waning crescent moon, the balsamic moon, sorry. So there are still things that need to be let go of and released before you can step into this new journey and this new part of your life. There is a call to stop and celebrate these new gifts that you've developed and really recognize these psychic abilities. And I really think that there's something here with the fear of some kind of final completion point and not wanting to necessarily completely let something go, an ending that has happened. You need to let it go, and your gift is actually to not look at the ending, is really just to let it go and focus on your life purpose here, and focus on the mastery of these intuitive abilities. I get the Six of Swords in reverse too, which would kind of indicate what I'm saying, that I really feel like you're being prepped for some kind of journey. There's some kind of adventure or some kind of purpose. It's like you have a purpose, that you are being put in some kind of a place. There's something about divine timing and God putting you in certain situations. And I really see this big figure here as like source energy and divine energy. And you're like being placed. You're this little person here. And it's like you're being placed in the right place at the right time. But there's really a need for some kind of a pause here and the end of this healing journey to happen, some kind of final completion or letting go here. I'm seeing that cycle again. There's so many circles here and so much about cycles. There's like a mastery of the cyclical nature of life, and I'm just getting acceptance. There's some kind of acceptance about that. And I'm also seeing this as some kind of a mirror. There's something about mirroring and understanding the polarity of opposites. And when you're experiencing some kind of an energy, there is an expression of the opposite of that energy that will occur in reality. There's something around that. I really feel like many of you know what your complete emotional fulfillment will be at this time. You haven't necessarily stepped into it, but you know what it is, and you know the direction that you need to go to achieve some level of emotional completion or highest level of emotional fulfillment. And some of you may be really eager to get started here and feeling like there's more things that you need to conquer and accomplish here with the Two of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Wands. I feel like some of you are really eager to step into this new role that you're being called to step into, but there's just some kind of like I keep saying, some kind of a release. And it's really important to keep speaking your truth at this time, like I was saying at the start. I feel like the alleviation of this situation and moving out of some kind of potentially stuck feeling is going to happen by really speaking your truth and feeling confident to really express your authentic self at this time, because you're going to be called to step out of your comfort zone. Potentially stepping really outside of your comfort zone is still some kind of a fear, or there's some kind of subconscious lingering of not wanting to really expose those dark parts of yourself and expose some kind of fear that needs to be healed here. And I'm sort of hearing that in order to maintain this level of peace and like bliss, a constant state of bliss, it's like your darkest fears need to be confronted here so that nothing can like rise up out of the depths and pull you back down out of this bliss. There's really something there. So those are a few really interesting messages that have come out right off the bat. So let's get stuck into the Rider-Waite. And let's just clarify all of that. Sorry, let me just exhale here. Because it's really just a time to breathe out, accept everything that's happened here. You are a really special human being with some really psychic, intuitive abilities here. And there is going to be a time of I think there's an internal celebration that's needed here. And that external celebration will happen here. Because I get the sun coming straight out after the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I feel like really doing that last point of like not emotional exploration, but I feel like there's parts of yourself that really want to be felt. There's something about really feeling something here, and it's something to do with what you're letting into your reality here. It's like I was really picking up with this Ten of Swords that I think this is an ending to some kind of a belief system. And it's like your belief systems have really shifted here. There's been a change in how you perceive the world and what your beliefs are and how you choose to move through the world and what you choose to accept as reality, and like an understanding that you have some level of mastery over your reality here. So there's been some work in redefining what your actual beliefs are, because I feel like you've been in a position where you were trapped and you have freed yourself here and you've untied yourself here, and it's caused some kind of an ending because you've shifted your beliefs. Some kind of ending in your 3D reality has happened here. Somebody may have left your life, or there's an ending to some kind of a relationship or situation. But it's important to not focus on that, because what's done is done. I'm being told that it's happened and it's really time to move on and focus on yourself, and potentially something about how that situation made you feel, instead of ruminating over the details and what could have been done better and where this might lead you logically. There's a focus on how this situation made you feel and what you've learned, and how you can really use this experience to move through the world with some kind of more intuitive knowing here, and more of like this clairvoyance I'm getting, like some kind of psychic gift that you've like connected with, I'm getting. But before stepping out into the world and really using those gifts, there's one final release point or point of emotional connection. Like I was saying before, something really needs to be felt here. It's like how it feels in your body. There's emotions that are trapped in your body. Potentially some kind of trauma release would be good here. Because to step out into this celebration and to really be seen by others, I'm really getting that you need to be wary of what's coming into your energy. You might be really sensitive at this time and really discerning about what's coming in and what you're letting into your energies. It's like you're learning to set some kind of a boundary, and you can set these boundaries by speaking your truth. Like I was saying, something about really speaking your mind, even if it makes people uncomfortable or if it makes you uncomfortable. I'm really seeing the sword just being straight, so not really being super flexible about this and really putting yourself first. I'm hearing Spirit needs you, it needs you to be in a certain position, or not that, like it wants to put you in a certain position, so it needs you to be more regulated in your emotions here. Yeah, with the Nine of Cups launching out. So it's really like, it wants you to be stable in your emotions and really okay with letting things play out, because you've set this level of appropriate boundaries here. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, I really get that it wants to bring synchronicity in your life. It wants to gift like some kind of an investment or some kind of a physical situation that just grows without you having to work on it. It really wants to create that for you, so you have more stability, more physical stability. But then with the Queen of Cups in reverse, it's like there's some kind of like a blockage or something that doesn't want to be felt, something that needs to be brought into the light, because it's going to end in self-sabotage. There's a new adventure that God is it has it prepped for you. It wants to pick you up and pluck you out of where you are and just drop you in something. There's a process that's happening here. I'm getting this is all happening in divine timing. But there's a real call here to feel something in your body, and something about stillness. Something to do with this ending that has occurred. Can I get more information? You know where you want to go. I do know that. Or you know how you want to feel. And that's why this contrast is here. Yeah, Death in reverse. There's a change that's being resisted. And the Four of Swords. So this is, I feel like the message is really just that. And the Knight of Cups in reverse. Interesting. I really feel like this transformation is going to happen when you are still. And when you just take that time to not think about anything or do anything, but just sit and really feel whatever wants to come up in your body, whether it's in your solar plexus or your throat. There's something that interesting that I mentioned those two places too that might have some relevance there. The self-value, the throat, speaking your truth, really speaking about your authentic self here, expressing that. Yeah, this vision quest in reverse, desert. This is what's gonna unlock this adventure for you. And it's about, like, I feel like being strong, really watching over yourself and being strong in the face of people who aren't going to necessarily agree or understand where you're coming from here. I feel like you've learnt to be vulnerable and express that vulnerability. But now there's something about discernment here. And knowing that people, I feel like some people may take advantage of this level of vulnerability here. It's like you've learned to express that and express your emotional self and your emotional body. But there's something here about, I feel like some of you may express some level of emotional truth or really open yourself up and like that term, like wear your heart on your sleeve here, but there's still some kind of attachment, like when people react a certain way or don't accept where you're coming from, or they don't validate your emotions, or people, they that when people don't want to nurture your emotions after you're being vulnerable, it's like you're letting it affect you still. There's something about being truth. Maybe you just need to be truth, just being the truth, like above all else, but then just being strong in that and not leaking your energy out or creating some kind of a bond here with this person. It's like choosing to speak your truth and not letting it emotionally affect you. There's some kind of level that's being attained here because it messes with your psychic abilities. I'm getting like you're so intuitive. It's like you're so empathic. And in the past, potentially you've kept this sort of under wraps, or you have chosen not to fully express yourself and be vulnerable, and you've kind of played it small or just picked your crowd or whatever, or just you say things when you feel like it's safe to say things. And now I feel like you have been expressing yourself and you have been vulnerable with people and really putting yourself out there, which is good. And there's some kind of next level that's going to be attained here because these empathic and psychic abilities, it's like this superpower that's kind of being messed with because when people don't react a certain way or they don't choose to honor your emotions, it's still affecting you. So really being still here and sitting in these emotions, there's going to be, when you do this, there's going to be a deep transformation that allows you to take that next step into your ultimate emotional fulfillment and like your highest timeline and level of emotional bliss, that feeling of bliss, that constant state. You might be seeing a lot of 1s and 5s, like 15s or 11, which is the 5th prime. I was getting heaps of 1s and 5s this morning. Really something here about the opposites. Like understanding that when you choose to move to a certain level, there's still going to be that lower frequency that is... I really feel like Spirit doesn't want you to be dragged down, or there's some kind of level of self-sabotage that it's like you're opening yourself up to, not to sound dramatic or want to scare you, because I feel like you are very protected on this journey that you're about to go on, because I see Spirit around you holding you, like it's like you're being held. But they know that with your free will, you can choose to sabotage this, because it's like some kind of, there's an emotional irregularity or feeling, just feeling like you're not ready, because something still needs to be felt, something needs to be revealed. With this step out of your comfort zone and your fears, it's like when things are unknown or feel like you're not, like when you don't feel like you're comfortable, it affects your finances. It's like there's a new level that's being attained here where you can create some kind of physical stability, nurture your physical situation. You can actually receive. You can actually be recognized as some kind of royalty, like be put in a power position here, but it's through the unknown. It's like something's not being showed to you, which is a normal part of life. I kept talking about the moon here. There's some kind of cyclical nature of life that's being mastered here. Like knowing that sometimes the path is not illuminated. Like knowing that sometimes you will have to step out of your comfort zone. The north node of the moon. It's all about your life purpose. I was talking about right at the start. It's really focusing more on your life purpose and that journey and a mastery of that, which is your north node. So I know this message might be getting a bit discombobulated here. It's there's really amazing energies here, and it's there's an emotional completion that's going to happen within you, inside of your body here. It's going to lead to massive abundance, physical abundance here. Like I was talking about before, like some kind of an investment opportunity or like residuals. I'm just getting residual income here. With the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles, there's some kind of residual income or making money while you sleep here too with the Four of Swords. Like some of you are going to be making money while you sleep, but there's something about how you feel. It's like an understanding that your emotions and your physical nature are connected here. You've been doing this work on your beliefs, but there's still shadow aspects of yourself. There's still dark aspects of yourself. Oh, let me just chill out for a second here. This is getting a bit overwhelming. Some of you may just you're operating at a certain level here above that, and it's like you've risen out of these waters here. It's like you've spent time in the depths, but there's something about learning to breathe underwater here, so that when these things need to be confronted and need to be felt, you can just be in it. You can just be sitting comfortably in your emotions and use them to your advantage. There's something about synchronicity and using your emotional state to your advantage, creating that constant state of bliss and having life work for you, because you understand how to shape your beliefs and rewire your brain so that your beliefs are serving you. I feel like there's a lot of old beliefs that have been cut out, and it's created some kind of an ending here to some kind of a situation, but the emotional mastery is what's needed here. And your intuition, I think, will guide you just by sitting in that stillness, getting the rest and just like chilling out. And I'm getting rest, like on task, like doing what you need to do and like moving through life, but maintaining that level of peace and rest and getting the right amount of rest every day. And then there's going to be some kind of a journey or an adventure or something. It's like you're needed here. It's like you're needed. There's an energy that's trying to corrupt the human spirit here. And you know this. Like you can blame politicians and Trump Biden yada yada. It doesn't, like, none of it matters, because there's some energy that's trying to corrupt the human spirit. It's like you see this. You have some knowing that there's something bigger. It's like you're here. I'm seeing like a puzzle piece. Like you're part of this puzzle. It's like there's a reason for you being here if you've made it this far. 2:29 on the clock, which 29. I am filming this on the 29th, which is like this mastery, is this completion point of the degree. Capricorn might be significant here. I'm just getting that. Sea goat. And that's really would be like I was saying, like having control over your emotional state and these primordial waters and understanding things on this level that was previously subconscious, understanding or like more feeling things. It's like some things you can't understand, but you can feel them. So you're really learning to feel things, and it's going to manifest into the physical. It's like the sea goat, like Capricorn, can take things from those primordial waters into the physical and build them. I hope this is all making sense. I feel a bit scattered, but I feel like there's a message here. I really feel like I've hammered some of this home, that there is going to be a point of exposure or you being seen or sharing this gift, and it's you're learning to not let other people's energy in. When you really be vulnerable and open up and speak your truth, there's something about people's reactions are not going to affect you anymore. There's going to be this level of mastery, understanding the cyclical nature of life, knowing that change is a constant, and not looking at the endings that occur, because you know that it's just a part of life. It's just something that happens, and you're more focused on doing this dance, the pose as the dancer, and you're working on your craft. You're mastering your craft. You're becoming aligned with your higher purpose and being able to do that in a masterful way. Just follow your purpose in a masterful way and dance while you do it. Clouds shape-shifting. I'm just going to read that and maybe... Yeah, I feel like this made sense to some of you. Wow, past few readings have been like pretty crazy, guys. Like there's a collective here that is growing, like is being built here, and there's something going on here. There's something that is outside of the typical mundane goings on. I feel like there's people here who have seen some ish, like, and it's like, you know, some profound truths about reality that a lot of the collective subconscious is not ready to see yet. And that's why there's something here about divine timing and you being prepped for this and being prepped for something huge, some kind of event or something that your nervous system can actually handle, because there's going to be truths that are exposed to the world. The moon, the full moon, like it shines the light. It's the exposure of the subconscious. It's things being illuminated here. But I just want to read the message for this. Clouds, shape-shifting. Interesting card. I don't pull this often. In both subtle and more dramatic ways, you can shapeshift by your choice of clothing, hairstyle, adornments, and even mannerisms, such as facial expression, gestures, and the way you walk. By adjusting these along with your internal attitude, you can actually display different personas. When you experiment with these variations of self-expression that are not how you ordinarily present yourself, others will react to you, depending on the degree in which your persona contrasts with the one they are most familiar with. Be like the clouds as you try out different forms, stretching your limits at times, willing to move and adjust as necessary. Lift your head up, square your shoulders, and stand tall, such that your chest and heart open to the world. And note how this feels. You may feel vulnerable at first, but stay with it. Then let your shoulders fall forward slightly, pull your chest inward an inch or two, and let your head drop a little. Observe how this feels. Experiment with contracting your aura, then expand it as far as you comfortably can. By this kind of shape-shifting, you can consciously choose your expression into the world. Just remember who you are at the core. Yeah, there's something about the internal and the external here. How you show up and how you react to other people. Like I was talking about, really being vulnerable and opening up and being your authentic self. But then somebody might not accept it or want to honor or nurture your emotions. And then your mannerisms tell a kind of a story. And that's when they feel like they've got one over on you or that you're not comfortable. There's something here about really stepping into the way things emotionally make you feel, and in turn not letting that affect your internal state here. And this is gonna allow you to maintain your frequency while you're being seen by people, maintain your frequency in public, because you're here on a mission. You're here to guide people and do something really big, some of you. So it's important. Like God needs you to be strong in yourself and to be seen and still be able to maintain that inner emotional frequency and that state of bliss. I really hope this helped you and that if it did resonate with you, I appreciate you being here right till the end. Thank you. Yeah, take time to breathe out here. And under that, what do you need to release? So do this last point of emotional release here. Sit with it. I'm really getting stillness, meditation, and you're going to be put on this journey. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't look at this 10 of Swords too much. Just don't worry about anything. But it's more about how this is making you feel, and we're really stepping into an emotional mastery of this. And celebrate this new life and these psychic gifts, because you're an intuitive, empathic healer, I'm getting, and you're here for a reason, and you're here for a divine purpose, and you are a piece in this amazing puzzle that we are putting together as a collective. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you being here with me and sharing this space with me, and I will see you in the next one.